Muy buenas gente, ¿qué tal? ¿Todo bien? Soy Alison otra vez y estoy aquí pues para seguir con Alt Frequencies. ¿Recuerdan ese juego que estaba para móviles y demás? Pues lo conseguí para PC para grabarlo con un audio mejor y que se escuchen mejor las radios y demás. Y lamento decirles que sí lo jugué todo, sí ya sé todo lo que va a pasar. Y precisamente por eso estoy haciendo el vídeo, porque es un juego que está muy bueno. Pero tienes que prestar mucha atención y entonces si yo fuese a grabar todo como primera impresión me estaría como 3 horas para hacer cada parte. Entonces decidí, ahora que ya me pasé todo el juego, grabarlo entero en este vídeo si es posible, a ver si lo consigo. Si no, pues ya lo dividiremos en más vídeos. Así que, pues nada, vamos a seguir con el capítulo 2. Vamos a hacer un pequeño recordatorio antes de todo lo que pasó en la otra guía, para que si no, bueno, si quieren mirarla, mírenla, pero en fin. Igual no es una guía, es un let's play, no sé qué estoy diciendo, pero bueno. Recuerdan que dijeron al principio del capítulo 1 que están escondiendo cosas de nosotros, que no sabemos la verdad, que el loop temporal ya se ha implementado y que lo que dicen las noticias no es verdad. Pues ahora vamos a averiguarlo en el capítulo 2, qué es lo que está pasando, qué es esto del loop temporal. Y en fin, el juego tiene 4 finales, por así decirlo. Así que voy a intentar hacer todos los finales. Vamos a hacer los malos primero, porque hay finales malos y finales buenos. Así que vamos a ello.
We've uncovered new information that needs to be shared. Information that is too important not to get out there. We're counting on you, our friends, to spread the information. We need your network. We need your power. Here are the facts. Amal Macmillan, politician, pro-time loop activist, and violator of human rights, actually leads the group that activated the time loop. Amal Macmillan is the person who ordered to activate the time loop prematurely. She should be confronted and unmasked. She acted without democratic consent, and even though she will deny all this, we know this to be true.
Este grupo está acusando a la ministra esta, que ella ha implementado el loop temporal y no se lo ha dicho a nadie. Y básicamente, ¿qué es el loop temporal? Pues es lo que pasa en el juego en sí, que cada día pues vuelve a regresar una vez y otra vez y otra vez hasta que a la gente del gobierno pues se le ocurre cambiar de día y en fin. Tenemos que grabar esto y a otras radios para repartir las noticias. Así que vamos allá.
The comment system is back online.
You know the deal. Just tell the story and the meter will rank it. And if you make the
esta radio es muy graciosa.
Don't let others decide for you.
Tenemos esta radio que es de los estudiantes, que es nueva.
There is no excuse.
Del capítulo 2. Tenemos esta radio del capítulo 1.
I don't even know if she's really called that. I just thought she looked like a Sadie. I took her off the streets this morning. She doesn't have a collar, so I guess she's a stray. But, well, if you're listening and your dog is missing, tough. Anyway, Sadie's specialty is answering questions about the government. Someone has sent us some pretty wild accusations and conspiracies. I know this show seems like the sort of place where everything is allowed, and that makes me proud in a certain way. But we can't broadcast things like that, or we'll get sued for defamation. Sorry about that. We do take questions on the government, however. So if you have any, please send them in, and Sadie will bark once for yes and twice for no.
Bottom and...
Will we still be arriving in time? Shit. Will we even
Tenemos aquí una frecuencia de trenes.
I'm now seeing visions of trains leaving the station, only to start their journey over and over again and never arriving. Damn. Whoever is on this same frequency, get off now. This is a train traffic control only. You are jeopardizing the safety of our passengers.
En fin.
Indeed, some of our
Si lo
test
ponemos
subjects
aquí, tampoco nos
experience a
deja,
very
que
specific type of
están
headache,
haciendo un reportaje
one
con
that we
la
hadn't seen before.
Just to let you all know, we appreciate everything you send
ministra esta
us,
del gobierno que
but
está
be aware that we
implementando
can't
el loop
broadcast
temporal.
stories or accusations that haven't been fact-checked. Back to the interview.
Which is interesting because we think this could lead to a breakthrough in the related area of migraine research.
Has your research influenced your own opinion on the implementation of the time loop?
I'm not giving out advice on how to vote if that's what you're looking for. I'm a scientist, not a politician.
Several foreign heads of state have reiterated their concern about our country's unilateral implementation.
Fresh FM.
By the way, we have listeners sending us messages about politicians. Sorry, but you heard Michelle. We don't talk politics here. Try another station.
It's time for my favorite segment.
En fin, la única estación que nos queda es esta.
Kaya here, joined by the ever awesome Jenny.
Hi, y'all.
Don't worry, you'll hear from her later.
Amal Macmillan, politician, pro-time loop activist, and violator of human rights, actually leads the group that activated the time loop.
Wait, what? Are you hearing this, Jenny?
Sorry, I was distracted for a bit. That sounded... Never mind.
We said we would take all opinions on this subject seriously, so that is what we'll do. If this is true, it's big. Wow.
Are we being lied to by the government?
This is a scoop, Jenny. We need to investigate the shit out of this.
I know.
Students, friends, anarchists, here is a personal favorite for you to enjoy while we investigate.
Bueno, está muy buena la música. No quiero decir nada, pero...
Let's help you out a bit. Your story...
En fin, tendríamos que haber grabado algo de esta radio, pero me pasé escuchándola, así que vamos a avanzar. Y que venga el time loop otra vez.
Campus Radio Amentos by students for students. We're live 3 times a week.
Amal Macmillan, politician, pro-time loop activist, and violator of human rights. Actually,
wait, what?
Vamos a pasar esto.
Are you hearing this, Jenny?
Sorry.
We said we would take all...
Are we being lied to by the government?
Y esto lo mandamos aquí.
Apparently, according to data, shows with 2 presenters are more successful.
Are we being lied to by the government?
Sadie, this one's for you, darling. Buck once for yes, twice for no. I guess Sadie is still undecided. Meanwhile, let's ponder on the idea of lying.
Ok, este tipo es gracioso porque está diciendo que su radio no es popular porque las radios populares hoy en día pues usan 2 presentadores y tienen que ser jóvenes y no sé qué y tienen que ser chica y chico y bla bla bla. Y entonces pues se encontró a la perra esta, a la perrita y dice que es su compañera.
Eyeing for a bit. Remember I told you I picked Sadie up off the streets this morning? In fact, my canine sidekick is actually my producer.
Algo
involves a sauna and one of your teachers, right?
Que está en esta radio. No, en esta no. En esta.
Oh, wasn't that honest of me?
Para enviarlo a la radio de la DJ.
And it was fun. So, here's my statement and feel free to repeat it.
Esto.
There is no... So, here's my statement and feel free to repeat it. There is nothing wrong with lying every now and again. So, in order to improve the rating...
Sure. Can I hang up now?
Bye, Rakeem.
That was so unnecessary. I mean, this segment is called Tall Tales, right? The name should give you some sort of clue.
Voy a poner toda la historia completa porque es muy graciosa. Así que vamos a verla.
Sungate toothbrushes. Say yes to routine.
It's time for my favorite segment. Yay!
It's time for
Tall Tales. Today, we're calling Rakeem, who has an amazing story to tell.
It's ringing!
Yes?
Is that Rakeem? This is Michelle from Fresh FM. You're live on the radio.
Wow.
Bob here, Rakeem. Bit shy, are ya? No need to be. Your story sure isn't.
Your story is one of the tallest tales we've ever heard.
Our tall tale meter has been set up and calibrated, so bring it on.
You know the deal. Just tell the story and the meter will rank it. And if you make the top 5, you get a top prize.
Right.
So, Rakeem, tell us your tall tale.
Well,
Out with it, babe. I'm dying with excitement here.
I know, but shit.
Chickening out, Rakeem?
No, of course not, man.
Okay, let's help you out a bit. Your story involves a sauna and one of your teachers, right?
I don't want to tell the story.
Rakeem, what's happening, babe?
Básicamente está intentando contarnos la historia, pero
Sorry, Michelle.
Shit, man, you're too
es
good
todo
for this
mentira
world.
y no,
So what?
no la quiere
You're
contar.
bailing out?
I guess so.
Thanks for messing
Y
up
va a
our
colgar la
summer,
llamada.
bro.
No. We respect you. Thanks for being honest. Rakeem?
Sure. Can I hang up now?
Bye, Rakeem.
That was so unnecessary. I mean, this segment is called Tall Tales, right? The name should give you some sort of clue.
Calm down, Bob.
Y ahora
Who
nos
cares if the
van a
story's true,
preguntar.
as long as the stories are big and preferably funny, too.
Let's ask the listeners. What's your opinion on lying?
Ahora nos pregunta qué es nuestra opinión, cuál es nuestra opinión en cuanto a mentiras. Entonces ponemos lo que dijo el otro tipo, que él no ve nada que no ve nada de erróneo al mentir y bla bla.
Send us your statement on the subject.
Meanwhile, our listeners sent us this.
So, here's my statement, and feel free to repeat it. There is nothing wrong with lying every now and again.
Do you agree, Shell?
Well, let me tell you a story. I was supposed to go out with my friend. I was supposed to go out with my friend yesterday, but she canceled.
Oh, no era este.
You should have called me instead.
You wish. Anyway, so...
Dijo que iba a salir con una amiga, pero canceló y el tipo dijo, pues tendrías que haberme llamado. Y la chica, sí, claro.
My friend said she was having pulsating headaches because the time loop has already been implemented. And it's messing with her mind.
Y esto lo tenemos que grabar y mandarlo.
Has your research influenced your own opinion on the implementation of the time loop? Just a second. We've received an interesting message.
So, my friend said she was having pulsating headaches because the time loop has already been implemented. And it's messing with her mind.
Pulsating headaches. This sounds very much like something you found in your research.
It does. But since the time loop hasn't been implemented yet, this is most likely something else.
Una investigadora
To be
del time
honest,
loop,
we've gotten some messages from listeners who seem adamant that the time loop has already been implemented.
And you have investigated this?
No, we've not discussed this until now because, obviously, we have a duty to stick to the facts and not spread uninvestigated rumours.
Obviously, and I certainly don't want to add fuel to stories like that.
But this individual with headache symptoms could be the missing link we're looking for.
I have to be honest, I am intrigued. My science heart is beating faster, so to say.
And my investigative journalism heart. If you're the person experiencing the headaches, please get in touch.
Pues básicamente están todos confusos y a la vez con ganas de saber más, porque si eso es verdad, pues podría ser... bueno, si es verdad, pues puede que la gente haya estado siendo engañada todo el tiempo y en fin, pues eso, hay que seguir investigando.
I feel we have a moral duty to investigate this. Also, Minister Amal Macmillan is in the studio tomorrow. I'll personally see to it that we discuss these details with her. I won't rest until we get to the bottom of this.
La supuesta administradora esta del time loop, la implementadora, pues estará en el estudio dando entrevista. Ahora sí.
That's my promise to you as a journalist.
Y lo va a investigar todo, es su promesa de jornalista o reportero, como lo queráis llamar. Capítulo 3. Policía y política.
This sound was designed by us to help uncover the truth.
Este sonido ha sido diseñado por nosotros para ayudar a descubrir la verdad.
Behind this sound, lies a piece of code
Detrás de
with the
ese
power
sonido
of stabilizing an
se esconde una pieza de código
unsteady frequency.
que
We
puede
believe it will
descubrir
be
las
useful to
frecuencias.
find important information about the conspiracy. You know how to distribute information. You can distribute this sound in the same way. You can also cancel the stabilization of a frequency by sending this sound one more time. The
Interesante.
frequency will go back to its initial state, so you will leave no trace. If you hear this, it means that you have found us. Now, it's time to find others.
Dice que tenemos que descubrir la verdad
Most strongly about not just economy, but
en algunas frecuencias. Entonces vamos a poner esto que está aquí.
That would explain why he's now acting the way he is, holding the government responsible for the fact that he can't hold a job.
They're all like that.
Oh, don't generalize, Martin. You're a police officer. This Winston is our main target. We need to get him into custody as soon as possible. We have reason to believe he is our RMB1.
RMB1? What's that?
Classified info. But you need to know, in order to do your classified info. But you need to know, in order to do your duty, so I will tell you.
Bueno, no era este.
When the time loop resets, citizens do, will not notice their memory resets, but some citizens are immune to this.
Right. I don't get it.
While everyone gets reset by the time loop, these citizens don't. They remember everything, which is a problem when they oppose the government.
Right.
Teorías conspirativas. Dicen que hay ciudadanos que no son afectados por el loop temporal y eso es un problema para el gobierno y, en fin, hay que esparcir esto por alguna radio.
Probably be rude to you.
Por ejemplo,
Favorite band, and it's a great gig. Wouldn't that be awesome?
don't get enough sleep. My head aches constantly.
por ejemplo,
Let me know.
esta.
Professor Thomas, physician, scientist extraordinaire, enlighten us.
While everyone gets reset by the time loop, these citizens don't. They remember everything, which is a problem when they oppose the government.
Anon. Is that you?
This is really exceptional information.
You must be joking. Well, I guess I had this coming.
Why?
I asked people to call in with their concerns about the time loop, didn't I? For one split second, I tried to be empathetic, and this is what I get. Jokers.
But what if it's true?
Are you hearing yourself? I'm sure this will turn out to be a hoax. Let's be...
El tipo dice que todos son troleadas, que nada es real, y la chica, no, pero si es verdad, no sé qué, y el tipo, no te preocupes, esto no pasa de mentiras y bla.
Be honest. If this stuff was real, people wouldn't contact me about it.
Y dice que si esto fuese real, las personas no contactarían con él.
They would have sent it to a journalist or...
Ellos la enviarían a jornalistas y demás.
Something. Not a failed musician. But the info is out there, fake or not, this is going to stir up some
Pero la
shit.
información está afuera,
Let's
así que
get
fake o no.
writing.
Ustedes lo deciden.
What is happening? If anybody is listening, our broadcasting room is currently being invaded. And half of the wall in front of you.
Y se puede escuchar lo que pasa al otro lado. Pero...
Apparently, this group had plans at an advanced stage to kidnap Minister Macmillan. It's also suspected that this building contains
Pero nosotros queremos ver.
Hear what's happening. I don't know what's going on.
Stop broadcasting now!
We will never stop, no matter how often you reset us.
Hands on your head.
Our citizens' rights are under threat. We will not stand down.
The head you will.
Jenny, if you hear this, open the letter.
Where is that button? I think it's
just disappeared once.
See, they reset until we play the perfect song. And then the loop shifts.
Well, I really hope the next song is to everyone's liking then.
What are we playing?
Tenemos que tirar esto aquí. En las otras radios pues están pasando el reportaje de...
Wait. This is some weird shit. Listen.
Jenny, if you hear this, open the letter.
Jenny, si escuchas esto, haz que todos lo sepan o algo así. Así que... Bueno, haz que todos lo oigan, por así decirlo. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Por qué se paró el sonido?
Dad? Where? Who?
We're getting multiple versions of this message sent to us at the moment.
Era su padre. Padre de
Apparently
Jenny.
it's that underground group. They got arrested. Wait, did you just say Dad?
Where did I... Here.
Jenny?
He gave me this for if something happened to him.
What?
It's names.
Like the list I got? Those names?
This is a list of all the other known RMB1 people who aren't reset by the time loop. If anything happens to me, please distribute their names so these people can be protected before the police gets to them too. We need to broadcast this.
Girl, you change fast. Just a minute ago, you were dead again.
Básicamente tienen una lista con los nombres de las gentes que no son afectadas por el gobierno, por el loop temporal, porque su padre era de ese grupo. Así que, en fin, y está arrasada porque lo arrestaron, y en fin.
Wait. This is some weird shit. Listen.
Jenny, if you hear this, open the letter.
We're getting multiple versions of... Wait, did you just say Dad?
He gave me this.
What? Like the list I got? Those names?
This is a list of all the other known RMB1 people who aren't reset by the time loop. If anything happens to me, please distribute their names so these people can be protected before the police gets to them too. We need to broadcast this.
Girl, you change fast. Just a minute ago, you were dead against...
I still am. We just need this list.
So basically, we're disagreeing about either nailing the bad guys or protecting the good guys.
Básicamente, pues están pensando si desenmascaran a los malos o protegen a los buenos. Y aquí es donde están los dos finales.
Okay, you know what? Let them come to us. For anyone who is interested, I have a list of people who are involved in the time loop scandal.
For anyone.
Later on in the show, we'll be talking about the recent flu epidemic and how it will affect the economy.
For anyone who is interested, I have a list of people who are involved in the time loop scandal.
What is this? Was this sent to us? Campus Radio? Can we contact them to verify whether this list is genuine? Let's do it. I'll take personal responsibility for it. But we can't say no.
Básicamente el tipo va a contactar con la radio de las chicas, de las estudiantes, porque eso parece ser muy real y pues le ha interesado. Y en fin. Siguiente capítulo.
Capítulo 4, parte 2. El referéndum. Las 16:48.
Students, friends, activists, it's your girl Kaya here. Today is the day. Rise up. Resist. We are reclaiming the vote, reclaiming time, reclaiming our lives. As you all know, things fizzled out fast after News 1 caught that list I got. The government rounded up some people, blamed them for a temporary time loop leak, said sorry, and that was it.
Bullshit.
Of course it's bullshit. Do they really think we're falling for their little performance? We already had them in our sights. Our intelligence agencies were already on the target. Nothing to see here. Move along. Oh, and, by the way, vote yes.
Guess what? We're not voting yes.
We're not voting at all. Friends, students, intellectual raiders of the free spirit, this shit is on. This vote is fake. We've been lied to and you know it. There is no vote. There is only the future that they designed for us.
The future in which we have no idea if we're being messed with, because we can't remember.
So here's what we're doing. One, we need to occupy the polling stations. Barricade them. Stop the vote. If nobody votes, nobody wins.
One with the
Today morning.
Indeed. Thanks to the police intelligence force, we have been able to locate and apprehend them just in time.
And what do you mean when you say just in time?
What I mean is that we now know for sure that this group was planning to blow up several polling stations today.
Several polling stations?
We found evidence of plans for at least 38 stations, perhaps even more.
And what was the purpose of these attacks?
The same purpose of any terrorist group, to cause havoc.
But what is their cause? Their world view?
They are anarchists who strongly believe in self-regulation. They see any government as a threat. That's why they also plan to kidnap and kill Minister Macmillan.
Mrs. Macmillan has been placed in a safe house, right?
I'm afraid I cannot comment on that.
Of course, I understand, but it's my journalistic duty to ask.
Básicamente están haciendo el reportaje contra, bueno, como con la tipa esta que prendió a los terroristas. Están felicitando por su gran trabajo y pregunta si la ministra pues está a salvo y ella dice que no puede responder a eso y él insiste porque es su trabajo de periodista y bla bla bla, en fin.
Just doing your work. I appreciate that.
And I appreciate that you took the time to be here this morning.
1. We need to occupy the polling stations. Barricade them. Stop the vote. If nobody votes, nobody wins.
Well. It seems like there are still terrorist groups active. We need to occupy the polling stations. That sounds like a clear threat.
Básicamente está diciendo que parece que hay grupos terroristas activos porque quieren ocupar las estaciones y... En fin.
The only way this could be done is with violence.
Loop temporal. Tenemos que volver a la red de los estudiantes. Vamos a ver las noticias un poquito.
This is News 1. And here are the headlines with Fred Peterson.
Today, an alleged list of people who conspired to activate the time loop early has caused a lot of commotion after its existence was revealed on our... Police teams have visited several homes and other locations in the country and made multiple arrests.
Básicamente se esparció la lista con los que estaban ahí involucrados en el loop temporal y se escuchó que agentes de gobierno fueron a varias casas, hicieron varios arrestos.
Minister Macmillan, who had been mentioned in connection to this early loop activation, has been cleared from any involvement.
Se me fue la palabra. Ha sido liberada de toda acusación y demás contra ella de estar involucrada en el loop temporal. Pero no podemos estar aquí por mucho tiempo.
Said sorry and that bullshit. Of course, we already... Guess what? We're not voting. Friend, this vote is the future. So here's 1, 2. If we want to stop the vote, we need materials. Got things like ropes, locks, chains, tents. We want to hear from you. 3.
because they tried to turn on the time loop. So, she'll be voting against, for sure.
And tell me,
Está con eso de su amiga que es contra el time loop y
are her headaches gone now?
Y ellos
I
no
actually
creen.
forgot to ask, but they must be. I mean, they only activated that loop for a short while. But
El gobierno dice que activaron el loop pues solo por un tiempecito, pero que está normal ahora.
anyway, I'm done with it now.
Y ella ya está harta. Pero no vas a estar tan
I
harta.
sort of
Bueno, sí
tried
vas a
to
estar más
understand
harta.
what was happening,
Así que
but the more I heard about it, the more scared I got.
2. If we want to stop the vote, we need materials. Got things like ropes, locks, chains, tents. We want to hear from you.
I'm done with it. I don't ever want to hear the word vote ever again.
Not the best day to decide that.
I don't care. No more messages, no more news, no more vote. Just loop me and make me forget for all I care. I can't take it anymore.
Ya
I
está
just want to sleep at night, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. Just play some happy music, please.
Wow. Yeah. Sure, right now.
esta radio loop temporal otra vez. ¡Piu! Hay que grabar
We already had
el tercero.
Guess what? We're not voting. Friends, this vote the future. So here 1, 2, 3. 3. We need food. Let's fill those polling stations with pizzas. The personnel won't know what hit them.
We want to occupy.
Hardcore. I bet you're crying like a baby tonight when you're all alone and you realize nobody loves you.
If I do, you'll be the last to know. Whoops. What do you know? We lost our new friend. Next!
Don here. I fully support what you're trying to do.
Wow. Thanks, man. That means a lot to me.
There are too many people with opinions anyway. Couldn't hurt to have one opinion less. Although I'm sorry it has to be yours, I mean, I know a lot of other people, I'd rather have them keep their mouth shut. Am I right?
I don't know. Are you?
Wow, you don't even have an opinion on that? You're really trying, man.
Ah, sí, este no quiere tener opinión en nada y todos están llamando y preguntando su opinión sobre cualquier cosa, sobre el time loop principalmente, y él dice, yo no sé de nada, yo no sé, no tengo opinión.
Respect.
Yeah, thanks. Next!
Anon here.
Oh, hi, Anon. Listen, I'm not going to tell you how I feel about you, Colin, because that would be
El tipo
an
del primer
opinion.
capítulo.
Right, and you don't do opinions.
But I do questions. So, are you voting today?
I'm not sure yet.
Not sure? Usually you're so sure of everything.
Oh, I don't have all of the answers.
Well, you sure try to act as if you have.
Careful. Opinions.
Oh. Me pasé un poquito.
The rant of the day.
Am I doing this? Hell yeah, I'm doing this. Here's my rant of the day. Voting, it's shit. You think you live in a democracy, but you don't. You're lulled into a false sense of security. Give your opinion, influence your life, but it's all fake. All of it. You think you make an informed choice, but you don't. Because you're only hearing what you want to hear. You listen to the people you agree with, and you nod. You listen to the people you disagree with, and you scorn them. And that is how you're reinforcing your own worldview. And every time they want you to vote again, you do the nodding and the scorning again. You agree even more because it feels safe, because that's your view. That's what you stand for. Isn't that great? Isn't it wonderful to have an opinion? Dream on, mate. Enjoy your loop bubble. That's it. I'm out. No, I'm done with opinions. For good. So, call me. But don't expect me to comment on anything.
3. We need food. Let's fill those polling stations with pizzas. The personnel won't know what hit them.
Now this I like. Let's prank that vote. So, what are we doing? Sending pizzas to polling stations to throw in our faces? Love it. I needed this to lighten up the day. Hell, we all needed it. I'm going all in. Now, let's order pizzas. What's the address of the biggest polling station? Let's see. I'll just order 100? No, 1,000. Who cares? We can only vote once. And, obviously, it has to be pineapple pizza. Imagine throwing those wet slices of fruit in their faces. Okay, so I'm going for the polling place at the train station. Yes, I reckon it'll take about 30 minutes for the first pizzas to arrive, so... Get to the train station.
Básicamente está comentando sobre lo que dijo la tipa, porque primero dijo que necesitan invadir las estaciones y no sé qué, luego dijo que necesitan herramientas y utensilios para protestar y demás, y la tercera regla dice que pillen pizzas y comida y que se las tiren a la gente del gobierno y demás. Y pues eso, el tipo está diciendo, oh mira, genial, pizzas. Yo voy a ir a comprar pizzas a la pizzería más cercana que tengo aquí y voy a ir a la estación más cercana. ¿Dónde es la más cercana? Ah, sí, en el tren. Y pues eso.
And be ready to throw some pizza. I'll be going there directly after the show. This day's turning out quite nicely.
Capítulo 5. Buenos bucles. Hasta la próxima.
Good evening. This is your Minister, Amal Macmillan, speaking to you live. On behalf of the entire government, I would like to thank you, the people, for your continued support for the time loop. The outcome of the vote has been crucial for us to know that we are indeed on the right track. From a personal point of view, I cannot wait to see our nature blossom again. Soon there will be plants and trees again in abundance, thriving in our beloved, beautiful country. However, the government does acknowledge that there are people who are aware of the process of the time loop and might not feel at home in this loop. This is why a specific scheme has been set up for these people, the RMB1 or Remembrance, as they are known. In this scheme, they will be extracted from the loop. Although we will be sad to see people leave our growing economy, we support free choice and respect any remembrant who chooses to leave. We do want to emphasize, however, that this extraction is permanent and cannot be reversed. To all remembrance, we say, if you want to leave the loop, you will have to make yourself known to us. If you are a remembrant but wish to remain in the loop, you need to let us know as well.
Básicamente dice que está agradeciendo que por los votos y demás, que ahora sí se podrá implementar y que las plantas podrán crecer y habrá árboles para todos sitios y bla 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 y que todo mejorará y bla bla bla. Pero que si la gente que ya sabe lo del time loop quiere, bueno, la gente que se enteró y no quiere quedarse puede hacerlo, y la gente pues que sí sabe y quiere quedarse también puede hacerlo, pero que la decisión es solo tienes una decisión, solo puedes decidirlo una vez decidas si quieres irte o quedarte, ya no podrás ni salir ni entrar. Así que bueno, vamos a ver qué hay en las demás radios.
But it's a proud day as well.
Proud.
Vamos a volver todo esto porque está bueno este reportaje.
Concludes our report on the World Championships.
The Late Night Show. Hosted by Fred Peterson.
Thank you for listening tonight.
Se escucha muy bien con auriculares.
23:57, and we're nearing the end of our program. We're closing off with one of the biggest events of the day. This afternoon, a statue was unveiled for the two government officials. They were killed after they were discovered to be the brains behind the accidental early implementation of the time loop. You're hearing a report by Tommy Begay.
Básicamente se cargaron a los que activaron el time loop accidentalmente, antes de tiempo, supuestamente, y implementaron, pusieron una estatua en su honor, algo así.
We are here at the unveiling of the statue. Minister Macmillan has just given a short speech, and I'm looking at the statue now. It's an abstract work designed by sculptor Jenny Cloud. Two stone benches accompany the large object on both sides. It truly is an impressive sight. Next to me is Mr. Fisher, the husband of one of the officials who died. Mr. Fisher, this must be a very emotional
Están
day
con el
for
esposo
you.
de una de las oficiales que se murió.
It certainly is.
Y le pregunta que cómo se está sintiendo, que debe ser una carga una carga emocional muy fuerte para él. Y dice que sí lo es.
But it's a proud day as well.
Pero que está contento también porque es un día productivo.
Getting this recognition, the knowledge that his work has not been in vain.
Por ganarse el reconocimiento de que su trabajo no ha sido en vano.
You feel it has not been?
I am certain that Philip's early death helped swing the vote to yes. His death made the people realize what's important.
Dice que la muerte de su amigo Philip
It forced them to go out
es
and
importante
vote.
para el voto.
Your husband would have voted yes as well, of course.
Y pregunta
Philip was a true
pregunta al periodista que su esposa votaría sí también.
pro-time loop advocate.
Dice que sí, que
whatever he did, he always
bueno, no sé, como que se refiere a su esposa, pero luego cambia a su amigo.
had the
Dice
best
que él
interest
también
of
era
the
un
country
pro-time
at
loop.
heart.
Estaba de
I am
acuerdo.
proud the people eventually realized that.
Thank you very much for talking to us.
Y se nota que el clima está así bien
Certainly.
depresivo, bien mal.
It's been an emotional day for everyone. Let's hope that with the placement of this statue, Mr. Fisher and...
Here's a golden oldie to close off the show.
Y aquí también están todos mal. Estas redes sí las voy a mostrar porque sí se nota que están todos mal.
Welcome back to the final minutes of the show. Hope you enjoyed my shenanigans tonight. If you did, let us know. If not, I don't care. Just stop listening, I guess. I got some messages here.
Está diciendo que gracias por escuchar las músicas y si te gusta el show, pues quédate, si no, lárgate.
Here's somebody who asks when the next Dog Zone single will be out.
Mensajes que preguntan cuándo va a salir la próxima canción, cuál el próximo hit.
Idea.
Y él no tiene
But
idea.
obviously I'm just as excited and anxious as you are.
Y quien hace las canciones es la chica y no él, así que él también pues no sabe de nada y está impaciente por saber cuál va a ser su próxima música.
Some of you have already asked me how Michelle is doing. For new listeners, I used to present the breakfast mix with Michelle, but unfortunately she had to quit due to health issues. Unfortunately, I haven't spoken to her in a while. I'm sorry to say. Last time I spoke to her, she was stable.
La última vez que habló con ella estaba estable.
Don't forget to let us know if you want to take part in our new segment. Love it or lose it. It's gonna be so much fun.
Así que si quieren hacer parte de nuestro nuevo segmento, ámalo barra o piérdelo barra, pues
fun. Wait, what's this? I'm getting a message I have to broadcast here.
Y está recibiendo un mensaje de Michelle.
Hi, listeners. I heard you were worried about me. Well, I'm doing fine. And you too, Bob. I listen to your awesome show every day. Or probably more often because of the time loop. Who knows? Anyway, thanks for thinking about me. See you soon, maybe. Shell out.
Está bien mal, así, dice que está bien, pero se nota que está mal. Y que dice que Bob hizo un show muy bueno.
Wow. Thanks, Shell. It's amazing to hear your voice. Well, the woman who taught me everything about radio, listeners.
Pues eso, está agradeciendo que
What can I say?
Que es muy bueno oír su voz otra vez. La mujer que le enseñó todo sobre radios y qué puede decir.
Thanks for listening, Shell.
Gracias por escuchar.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're hearing the show more than once a day. I'm very sure of it. Here's a golden oldie to close off the show.
Y están,
this one's for you,
todos
Shell.
mal. Vamos a ver este primero. Que en este no hay nada, casi.
You're listening to Amentos Campus Radio. There are currently no students available to host this station. Until further notice, we will only broadcast university announcements and music. We appreciate your involvement, but please be advised we cannot take on or broadcast any of your calls or messages.
Okay.
Announcements. The meeting of the Student Council has been canceled. Today's special lunch menu, vegan broccoli burger with homemade fries. Meat options available.
Hamburguesa vegetariana.
Stay.
Y ahora,
by Araignée du Soir.
Música. Stay. Así que vamos a ver la última radio que nos queda para este final.
You're listening to
Back to Late Night with NSB.
So, how do you like me in the evening? I guess I'll never know because this is a show you can't call into nor send messages to.
No se puede
Maybe you'll
mandar
take
mensajes,
something
ni
out
llamar,
of the show,
como en todas las
but
otras
you
radios.
won't put something in it. Haha. The bright side of not getting your calls is I won't need to justify Pineapple Gate anymore. Seriously, guys? I know we've talked a lot about it already, but how could you even think that I... Never mind. As I said, I don't have to justify myself. I know why I did it, period. But seriously, I mean, I don't know yet. I kind of like the feeling that it's just me here, late at night in an empty studio, just rambling on about whatever I think's relevant. But on the other hand, maybe it's time to get out of broadcasting. Get out of everything, you know?
Salir de todo.
You know? I've been trying my hand at some music again, at home. Are you surprised?
¿Se acuerdan de lo que dijo en la primera radio, el del gobierno, que podemos elegir si queremos quedarnos o salir? Pues en esta música y en la de la otra radio de la universidad podemos elegir si nos queremos quedar y si nos queremos salir del loop. Voy a poner el final de quedarse primero, digo el de salir.
I threw up the first time I picked up a guitar again, but that sort of grew on me. I've been trying out some new material. Perhaps I'll take some time off to be alone with my own thoughts. The world's a strange place. It's become even stranger. So I thought I'd sign off with a song. Something new I wrote. You heard it here first. Now it's just a demo, but the lyrics have some meaning. Well, at least I think so. Use it if you think it makes sense. It's called Let Me Go. Now it's just a demo, but the lyrics have some meaning. Well, at least I think so. Use it if you think it makes sense. It's called Let Me Go.
Está bonita la música, la verdad.
It's been a while, kinda lonesome, kinda wholesome waiting here. A rotten garden, crumbled stones, slowly freezing, so count me in. Am I of stones, am I of bones? Some tired flesh, let me atone, let me go. Am I of stones, am I of bones? Some tired flesh, let me atone, let me go, let me go.
No era este, creo.
Is there something I should see? One last breath, one melody, let me go, Is there something I should see? One last breath, one melody, let me go, let me go. Let me go, let me go, let me go.
RNB1s, please send us your choice. Thank you for your choice, Remembrant. You have chosen to go. Extraction will take place in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Y básicamente el primer final, por así decirlo, es esto. Es como, no sé, no me gustó mucho. Porque Al parecer pues solo es esto. No hay nada, o sea, no hay nada. Estoy pulsando teclas y no hay nada. Entonces, es que de hecho no puedo ni siquiera pausar. No puedo ni siquiera pausar el juego. Y es como... no sé. Pero vamos a abrirlo otra vez para mostrar el otro final.
Alt frequencies.
Y básicamente hay que
Good evening.
Championship.
Grabar.
Students available, and we announce the meeting today's.
And now,
esta canción que ya estaba sonando desde el primer capítulo, desde el segundo capítulo cuando se iniciaba la radio. Era Oh, let us stay. Y pues eso. Vamos. Está muy buena esta música también. Espero que YouTube no flague por música. Creo que era este.
Thinking about me.
As well.
No.
Always had the best.
It's amazing to hear your voice. This one.
That was.
No, no era
Well.
esta. A ver. No, Lu. Es que estaba en la radio equivocada.
Of the entire government, I would like to thank you, the people, for your continued support for the time loop.
Thank you for your choice, Remembrant. You have chosen to stay. We appreciate your trust in the time loop.
Y básicamente es esto al final, se pone la música y se va a loopear todo el rato, miren, ya verán. Es solo eso. Es solo eso. Pero tenemos una especie de final bueno, por así decirlo, donde no se queda todo tan depresivo y demás. Vamos al capítulo 2. ¿Qué era?
We've uncovered new information that needs to be shared. Information that is too important not to get out there. We're counting on you, our friends. Here, Amal Macmillan, politician, pro-time.
Vamos a hacer esto rápido ahora que ya sabemos prácticamente todo. Así que...
Kaya here. Hi, fellow students.
No.
Elitists and future decision makers. It's your girl Kaya here, joined by the ever awesome Jenny.
Damn it.
Hi. An interesting
mask. She spread the our own organization. They've not yet. If here, Amal Macmillan, politician, pro-time loop activist, and shameless violator of human rights, leads the group that activated the time loop. We'll start
the streets this morning.
Another great reason to go and vote.
Amal Macmillan, politician,
Wait, what?
Sorry.
We said we...
Are we being lied to by the government?
This is a scoop.
Studio lights.
Studio lights? Hey, we're not on TV, mate. If we were, you could have seen that Sadie's wagging her tail. Next!
Are we being lied?
Sadie! This one's... I guess Sadie is still under... Remember I told you I picked Sadie up off the... In fact, my canine sidekick... She brought her dog to work today, and I thought it'd be fun to watch. Wow, wasn't... Well, guess what? I lied, and it was fun. So, here's my statement. Feel free to repeat it. There is nothing wrong with lying every now and again.
No había que volver aquí.
So if you want to...
Amal Macmillan, politician, pro-time loop activist, and violator of human rights, actually leads the group that activated the time loop.
No había que volver aquí. Hay que volver aquí. Policía y política. Hay que grabar esto.
This
Venir aquí, desbloquear la frecuencia.
Nobody on the force died. Sure. Check Darcy and Winston's not his real name? Unlikely. Real identity. That would explain why he... They're all like that. Oh, don't generalize. This Winston is... We have reason to... RMB1? What's that? Classified info. But you need to know. In order to do your duty, so I will tell you. When the time loop resets, citizens do... will not notice their memory resets, but some citizens are immune to this. Right. I don't get it. While everyone gets reset by the time loop, these citizens don't. They remember everything, which is a problem when they oppose the government. Right.
World to defend our plan for the time loop.
En vez de la radio esta.
I'm sorry to interrupt the interview, but we've received a recording from a listener that we need to broadcast.
While everyone gets reset by the time loop, these citizens don't. They remember everything, which is a problem when they oppose the government.
What is your reaction, Mrs. Macmillan?
No comment.
More and more details are being uncovered about the implications of the time loop, and you keep quiet. I think it might be safe to say that the government is becoming less and less trustworthy.
Básicamente que están habiendo más evidencias de que el gobierno sí ha implementado el loop temporal y que ella pues está quieta y no dice nada y que eso pues hace que la gente sospeche más del gobierno.
By the minute. Thank you, listeners, for valuing this station and our journalistic work. We will not let you down. Thank you for trusting us with this information. We will investigate and we
Gracias por
will
confiar en
find the
nosotros
truth.
y vamos a investigar y vamos a encontrar la verdad. Así que, pues eso.
Capítulo 4, parte 1. La verdad.
Ahora hay que grabar lo del padre que es asesinado / arrestado, no lo sé.
A police team has
Nadie lo sabe.
Open that door. I will keep the lines open.
Stop broadcasting now!
We will never stop, no matter how often you reset us.
Hands on your head.
Our citizens' rights are under threat. We will not stand down.
The head you will.
Jenny, if you hear this, open the letter.
Ah, wait.
Can I still call?
Wait.
Jenny.
We're getting... Wait.
Y aquí, en vez de...
Jenny? What?
En vez de poner la lista del gobierno, hay que poner la lista de la gente que no es
Girl, you
afectada.
changed.
I still am.
Okay. You know what? For anyone who is...
For anyone who is interested, I have a list of...
No, Loop.
Wait.
Jenny.
Jenny?
He gave me...
Like the list I got?
This is a list. If anything happens...
Girl, you...
I still am.
So, okay. For anyone
who is interested, I have a list of people who are not affected by the time loop.
Let's see.
Headlines, rehashing press statements. And whenever I finally got to it...
Este tipo en esta parte dice que pues nos agradece por haberle mandado ese audio porque realmente ni le gustaba hacer entrevista a la ministra y no sé qué porque les trataba mal y bla bla bla. Así que pues...
Interview somebody important. Any question I wanted to ask had to be approved beforehand.
Y que con esto pues ser periodista, que es lo que él quería, bueno, que es lo que pensaba, bueno, en fin, que él pensaba que ser periodista era más divertido, pero que no lo era tanto, y que gracias a nosotros pues la verdad es que sí lo está haciendo y que está haciendo algo que es fuera de lo que él siempre hacía.
For anyone who is interested, I have a list of people who are not affected by the time loop.
What is this? This was sent to us? Campus Radio? People not affected by the time loop? This ties in with the info we got yesterday. The so-called RMB1s. If loop immunity exists, this is a huge deal. Let's get that list and see who's on it. I need to talk to those people.
Básicamente se animó, va a contactar con la radio y pillar la lista de la gente que no es afectada por el loop temporal y quiere hablar con ellos. Ya verán que pues por aquí pues está un poquito mejor. Vamos a dejar esto grabado. Pero van a ver ahora cómo cambió un poquito las noticias.
We'll reveal it. She reiterated that there is no truth to the rumors that the time loop has already been activated.
I can assure you that we are honoring the procedure and we will not set anything in motion before the people have spoken out about it. We take our people very seriously and we would never betray the trust you have in us. There have been many opinions and concerns, but today is the
mandar las
moment...
instrucciones en orden y en las mismas radios que lo estoy haciendo. Solo tienen que mandar las tres, pero cada una tiene que estar en una radio.
To make your voice heard and your vote count. Thank you.
Stay tuned for live reactions and exit polls from our own reporter, Tommy Begay, who will be travelling between polling stations today. Thank you all for joining us on this eventful Friday. As we said, we'll be switching over to Tommy Begay regularly, but first we have a guest calling in. During the headlines, we were contacted by the head of the National Police, and if I've understood correctly, we now have Detective Chire on the phone. Detective Chire, are you there?
I am, Mr. Peterson. Thank you for allowing me into your broadcast.
I haven't actually been informed on the nature of your call. We heard you were holding a press conference later today.
We are, but I wanted to take this opportunity to thank you live on air for your excellent work.
I'm flattered, but I'm not sure I understand what you mean.
Thanks to your continuing trustworthy reporting, you were able to get the scoop of the existence of a list of RMB1s. And thanks to your active investigation, we were able to take action on these individuals immediately.
Could you explain what you mean by take action?
As this is an ongoing investigation, I cannot comment too much. But what I can say is that these people were planning to overthrow the government.
Ya se nota que la gente pues sospecha bastante de ellos. Le vamos a mandar esto.
This is News 1, and here are the headlines with Fred Peterson.
Today, the alleged list of so-called RMB1s, people immune to the time loop reset, has caused a lot of commotion since its existence was revealed on our show. Police teams have visited several homes and other locations in the country in order to find the source of this list. Meanwhile, the fate of the terrorist group that was arrested yesterday is still unknown. While shots were heard and ambulances arrived on the scene, the police is still refusing to comment on what happened. However, the arresting officer in charge, Detective Chire, is expected to give a statement later today.
1. We need to...
Well, it seems like we need to...
Everybody's getting...
Doing. 1. We need... 2. If we want to stop the vote, we need materials. Got things like ropes, locks, chains, tents. We want to hear from you. 3.
Bothered, to be honest.
Time loop would be active, and you would be one of the only ones noticing it. Isn't that, totally weird?
I guess. I don't know.
I wish they'd made the names on that list public. I'd love to talk to somebody like that. Or maybe I'm one myself, but I just don't know it yet.
If you were one, you would have known already.
Why?
Never mind. Let's hear some music.
I sort of tried to understand what was happening, but the more I heard about it, the more scared I got. Once you really start reading, I couldn't sleep. My head was sort of exploding.
2. If we want to...
I'm done with it. I don't...
You're right. Jenny, if you hear this... So here's 1, 2, 3. We need food. Let's fill those polling stations with pizzas. The personnel won't know what hit them. They'll think that we're...
I was just wondering how the dog was doing.
3. We need food. Let's fill those polling stations with pizzas. The personnel won't know what hit them.
Now this I like. Let's prank that vote. So, what are we doing? Sending pizzas to polling stations to throw in their faces? Love it. I needed this to lighten up the day. Hell, we all needed it. I'm going all in. Now, let's order pizzas. What's the address of the biggest polling station? Let's see. I'll just order 100? No, 1,000. Who cares? We can only vote once. And, obviously, it has to be pineapple pizza. Imagine throwing those wet slices of fruit in their faces. Okay, so I'm going for the polling place at the train station. Yes, I reckon it'll take about 30 minutes for the first pizzas to arrive, so... Get to the train station and be ready to throw some pizza. I'll be going there directly after the show. This day's turning out quite nicely.
Y ahora... Capítulo 5, el mismo título, pero miren que cambió bastante.
Chips.
Miren cómo cambió esta noticia.
Thank you for listening to our new late night show. Hosted by Fred Peterson, recipient of the Mayor Bruce Prize for Investigative Journalism for his efforts in the period leading up to the time loop vote.
Yes, thank you for listening. Indeed, I appreciate the support and hopefully we'll be able to continue offering you relevant journalistic content. We're currently continuing to investigate several ecological issues. Now that the time loop has been implemented, is the Earth in fact improving, as experts say? When will we see the first results? And how will they be monitored? Starting next week, we'll be offering part 1 of a continuing series of reports on the state of planet Earth. In other news, the silent protests in front of the government building are continuing. Here's a report by Tommy Begay.
Protestos silenciosos.
The small group
El periodista sigue investigando.
of people on the square might be silent, but their actions speak loud.
Esas típicas noticias de el pequeño grupo delante de X cosa está en silencio, pero las acciones que hacen son muy ruidosas o algo así por el estilo.
They're holding up banners with words like "Justice for my son" and "Time won't make us forget." As they walk around the square, some bystanders applaud them, while others shout abusive language. Government officials who pass by to get to their work are instructed to ignore the protesters. With this silent protest, these people are trying to raise awareness for the disappearance of their family members. Their fathers, brothers, daughters were among the first known remembrance. Many of them disappeared since their names became public knowledge. The government maintains that all of these so-called disappearances have been voluntary. Although they refuse to give numbers due to privacy issues, it's been claimed that many remembrance have chosen to leave the time loop. But the protesters on the square do not believe this. Their loved ones have often left without any message, which, according to them, suggests involuntary removal. One of the main...
Dicen que algunos han sido, bueno, que los que han desaparecido han sido removidos y que los que están protestando no se lo creen.
Protesters.
Y que dicen que ha sido una han sido involuntariamente removidos.
A young student has officially requested extraction from the timeline herself in order to be reunited. The government will not extract non-remembrance.
Dicen que no van a extraer los que no, bueno, los no recuerdan.
And so, the protests continue. They will go on until these family members...
Concludes our...
9 p.m. to midnight on 91.5. Live on your very own Fresh FM.
It's just before midnight, so we're nearing the end of the show. Hope you've enjoyed your day, and tomorrow will be just as awesome. If you're planning to go to a late night party, have fun. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. If Bob were here, he'd probably say, well, that means they can do anything then. I really appreciate all the nice messages you've been sending me to support my new solo show. Some of you miss Bob. Others, well, let's just say I'm not impressed by abusive messages, okay? This radio station is all about fun and positivity, not hate. It does feel lonely sometimes, though. A weird kind of lonely, just like the feeling you can get from deja vus and too lively dreams. Some of you have asked me if I knew Bob was remembrant. I didn't. I knew he secretly hated Dog Zone, but that was it. It wasn't until that list was read on News 1 and his name was on it that I... Never mind. I don't have to defend myself. Life goes on. And so does the music business. We've heard some rumors that NSB is planning a comeback. It's still one of my favorites. We'll see if we can get more info on this tomorrow. And don't forget to apply for our brand new segment, Love It or Lose It. Anyway, it's 30 seconds to 12. So
Hi, Michelle. It's Don.
Don, nice to talk to you. How was your day?
Well, you know, nothing new.
Ready to close the show together?
I totally am.
Okay, so here goes.
Thank you for listening. But now the moon is glistening. It's time to go to bed and get some sleep instead.
En fin, no es un final bueno, pero...
There are currently no students available.
With NSB.
So, how do you like me in the evening? I guess I'll never know because this is a show you can't call into nor send messages to. Maybe you'll take something out of it. The bright side of not getting your calls is... seriously, guys? I know we've talked a lot about it already, but how could you even think that I... Never mind. As I said, I don't have to justify myself. I know why I did it, period.
Este sigue igual.
Available.
Y es pues lo mismo.
Remain in the loop. You need to let us know as well.
Thank you for your choice, Remembrant. You have chosen to stay. We appreciate
lo
your
mismo,
trust
o
in the
sea,
time
lo único
loop.
que cambia son las noticias de radio y no sé, no me gustó mucho el final. La verdad es que tenía un potencial muchísimo mejor, pero no sé, se desperdició muchísimo, no sé. O a lo mejor hay algo que no descubrí, pero no sé, no parece tener un final bueno así que tú digas, oh, mira, increíble. Y básicamente es eso. Salen los créditos. Y solo eso. No sé, que pintaba para más. Arranco después de los créditos, no sé, a lo mejor me lo salté, no sé, pero no parece haber nada. Pues eso, espero que les haya gustado. No es que me gustase mucho este final, no sé, me pareció muy agridulce, la verdad. Y luego el otro final pues es lo mismo, escoges irte y suena este sonido y se acabó y listo. Así que nada, nos vemos y hasta la próxima, denle like y eso. Deu.